Well, hello, rock and fossil lovers. Mike here. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to the University of Nebraska at Lincoln, Nebraska. And we're outside of Morrill Hall over here, waiting for the museum to open, which should happen in a few minutes. And we're going to go inside and look at their collection of fossilized elephants. They have the largest collection of fossilized elephants in the world right here in Lincoln, Nebraska. And yes, there were a lot of mammoths to be found in Nebraska back during the Ice Age. All over North America, actually. Come over here and look at the plaque underneath this big fella. Freeze the video if you want to read the plaque in detail. So we are on our way to our usual few weeks of fossil hunting in the Nebraska Badlands, and we thought we'd stop here at the museum on the way. A little diversion, kill a little time. We're ahead of schedule. So once they open up, we'll go in and look at their collection. And I'll give you a good look at it too. See what they got in there. Should be interesting. If you're into rocks and fossils like me and my wife are. It's quite a sculpture. Woolly mammoth. Okay, we're inside. So this is a map of the facility here. We're going to look around and see what there is to see. Yeah, we've seen this funky critter before. Agate fossil beds. Yeah, 4 horns. Or you don't. We dig a lot of those up in the Badlands. Long-legged running rhinoceros. We find those too from time to time. Sorry about the reflections. You found me. Cool. Chalcothere. That's camel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Camel.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. And then we've got the spiral rodent burrows. Devil's corkscrews. Well, we found the dinosaur hall first off here. I guess we're working from the past forward. Triceratops skull. Sort of a diorama of a dig site. Here we have a mounted Triceratops. Look at this. Look at the neck. Look at the long neck. Wow. That's a cool way to display.
Yeah.
Dinosaur.
Like this.
Yeah.
Very cool.
See bony fish. Get on my own shadow here. Bulldog tarpon.
Stomach stones.
Uh-huh. Pavement tooth shark. Bony fish. And then the neck just goes on and on and on. Goes on into the next room. Plesiosaur stomach stones, yeah. Oh, look at this ammonite. Wow. Huge. A big hand for comparison. It's a huge ammonite. Big mosasaur skull over here. Wow. Crinoids. Very cool. We saw some crinoid fossils in New Mexico, up in the Sandia Mountains on our honeymoon, in the rocks. Shark teeth and vertebrae. About the only parts of sharks that generally fossilize. And then up along the wall way up here, there's a mosasaur. Wow. That's a big critter. Tell how long it was. They got it sort of wrapped around there. Thinking at least 50 feet. Wow, look at the plates on that fish. Scales. Oh, coming forward in time a few million years, we got a teleosaurus here. And this is the kind of stuff we're going to be digging up in Nebraska in a week or so. Another Oreodont over there. They come in a lot of different varieties. Giant land tortoise. Tiny little deer. And proto horse. Or three-toed horse. Yeah, three-toed horse. Yeah. Yep. And then more tortoises. We're going to see a lot of this stuff in the next couple weeks. So we got a giant beaver down there, which is absolutely dwarfed by this huge extinct Irish deer. Holy cow. Those antlers must be 8 or 9 feet across. Wow. Mountain deer, Quinn's pronghorn. Yeah, a little different than the modern pronghorn. About the same size, but quite a bit different. Flat-headed peccary. Huh. Oh, and there's no mistaking this guy. Bison. Got a couple predators here. We got a Smilodon, saber-toothed cat over here, and we've got dire wolf over here from the La Brea tar pits. And we got Glyptodont, armored defense. We find Glyptodont scoots in the rivers in Florida. Was it Bill has a big section of them? Yeah, a big section of Glyptodont. Armadillos never seem to change. And then we got,
Ground sloth.
yeah, ground sloth.
We find that in Florida too.
Yes, we do. Brontothere, yes. Yes, these are occasional finds in the Badlands in Nebraska too, where we're going to be digging. Big fella. And down here, looks like we've got a Yep, upside down skull. We all want to find one of these until it comes time to dig one out.
The mammoth out front, so I'm gonna find it.
Okay, I'll touch it on the way out. Yeah, so this is a pretty cool diorama here showing the origins of the modern horse from the tiny little critters they started out as. They got progressively larger, and they lost toes, just running on their middle toe, and they got bigger and bigger and bigger over time. Very neat. Very neat. We're liable to find some of these three-toed horse skeletons out in the Badlands on this trip. People have in the past. Hopefully we will too someday. On the opposite side of this hall, we got the rhinos of Nebraska. This is one sturdily built critter here. Barrel-bodied rhino. Yeah, that's an apt name for it. Wow. These are a little more lightly built, sort of gray cell, long-lived running rhinos. Very cool. To zoom out and back way up, we have entered the Hall of the Elephants. All of the different types of elephants. Oh my goodness. Yeah. A mammoth. Yes, that is a fine example, I assume, of a Columbian mammoth. That thing is huge, huge. Archie, Mammoth columbi, or imperial mammoth. Okay. Wow. That skeleton's like 2 stories tall. Holy cow.
That'd be probably like 2 stories if we stories. Mammoths are huge. That was
Jefferson's mammoth. Built like long distance runners, tall and slender. Over here we've got mastodon, stegomastodon. Look at the tusks on that thing. Holy cow. Surprised it didn't fall over forward. Got a perfect tusker here. Ate like a giraffe. And a giant long-jawed tusker. Yeah. Why the long face, fella? At the feet of the monster up here, we've got dwarf mammoth. They evolved on islands cut off from the mainland with limited nutrition and no predators, so they got smaller. And we got modern elephant over here. Yeah, modern elephants. We saw a lot of those on our trip to Africa. They look so small compared to their Ice Age brethren. Wow. So here we've got elephant evolution in their family tree here. Jaws and tusks. All right, once again, I am zoomed way out. Bison latifrons. This thing is a monster. The horns are at least 10 feet across. And I don't know, it probably stands a good 10 feet tall at the shoulder or more. Ice Age monster. Our ancestors hunted these things, believe it or not. They were brave. A modern bison will put a hurting on you if you get too close to it. This thing could stomp you flat. Wow. Comparison of modern bison skull versus bison latifrons. It's not really a fair comparison because this skull's a lot further away. It's huge. So, wow. So here we've got a look inside their preparation lab. Titanothere skull here, coming out of its plaster jacket. Mastodon, four-tusker. Be cool to see them at work. Somewhere in this museum is some stuff that was donated by the Tampa Bay Fossil Club. Mike Searle found some bison footprints in a layer of rock, and we very laboriously hauled them up out of the Badlands, and they got donated. So somewhere in this museum, probably still in storage, I would imagine, because it's only been a year or two since they were donated, are some footprints that were found and hauled out by us. Here we've got one of the great Ice Age predators, Barbophelus fricki. And over here they've got a really cool demonstration of how the jaw worked. Look how far it could open. Almost 180 degrees, and then it can close like so. My goodness. That is quite a bite. Yeah. Ancient prairie predator.
This is what we find right here.
Yeah. Different types of horse lower jaws here through time. Well, upper jaws and lower jaws. So we find a lot of horse in the Badlands. And Titanothere. So this is pretty cool. Douglas fir from Oregon. You can see it with the reflections on it there. Huge, huge tree. Began growing in 1372. Columbus, Mary Queen of Scots, landing of the Pilgrims, Declaration of Independence, French Revolution, Gold Rush, Oregon Trail, University of Nebraska founded. 1897 it was cut down. And it's probably 7 feet across? Wow. Here's a smaller oak tree. Lewis and Clark. Wow. 1606 it started growing. 1918 cut down. So that was the Nebraska State Museum at Morrill Hall, the University of Nebraska campus at Lincoln. If you're in the area, I highly recommend you stop by and check it out. It's very cool. All right, well, thanks for watching. If you found this video at all interesting, educational, informative, inspirational, whatever, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.